Mike Moore Media.
I'm talking to the mayor of Eden, Neville Hall. Mayor, hey, how are you, sir?
I'm fine, Mike. Good morning.
Always good to have you on the program. We just had an Eden City Council meeting earlier this week, a good meeting and well attended as usual, and a couple of proclamations, a Constitution Week, and looking at that Remember Me Thursday event that's coming up with Eden Animal Rescue next week. That's very important, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the Friends of the Eden Animal Shelter, and they are a volunteer group that works tirelessly to try to make adoptions possible for pets that have been surrendered or found, and they are passionate about the pets, and this is a national event that they are participating in called Remember Me Thursday for the orphaned pets that are around, and it's just, like I said, they work very hard to try to help animals in our area get rehomed, and it's just, we're glad they're here, and hopefully everybody takes advantage of them when they're looking for a pet. And they say adopt, don't shop. So, there's plenty of need for animals to be rehoused.
That's exactly right. I know you have a couple of rescue pets, and we do too, and that event is coming up next Thursday, the 28th, at Grogan Park, there on the Eden City Hall campus, a candlelight service. So that should be something that maybe more of us should be interested in, I believe.
Yeah, and they operate on donations, so they're selling luminaries. I think Lisa Goldsworthy said, I think it was $5 a luminary for just to remember your pet that you've lost, and or somebody else's pet, and just to try to raise a little money, because they feed the pets, they give them shots, they spend a lot of money. A lot of the volunteers spend their own money to do that. So,
yeah.
Anytime they have a fundraiser, I like to try to attend and help that group out.
Yeah, well, I'll probably see you there next Thursday. I'm planning on going to that. Okay, some other things came up in the meeting, public hearing there, kind of getting an update on the fire station number 2, that's Draper Fire Station, and one of the board members asked about Draper Schools, so anything we need to mention on that? That's kind of still in the works.
Yeah, we're using grant money for those projects, and the state and federal government move at their own pace, so we're just having to continue to provide whatever they ask for, but in the long run, it'll be in the best interest of our citizens to do it this way and have grant money to pay for it. And so it just continue. And then this is one of the requirements of that grant was to have a public hearing. And all we were doing was having the public hearing and acknowledging that we were trying to get the grant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wanted to mention, because a lot of people are interested in this, Public Works will be installing changing stations for electric and hybrid vehicles on at the Bridge Street parking lot.
Yeah, well, you actually had a slip there, and you said changing stations like it's a baby, but it's
right.
charging stations.
I did say changing. You're right. I did say changing. Let me clarify that. I hope I said that I hope I said that correctly in the. I'm sure I did in my news story the next morning. Charging stations. Yes.
Charging stations.
Right.
Electric vehicles. Yes. We're able to get grant funding for that. It's been several months since it was approved, and now it's just a matter of doing the installation. We feel like that. I mean, EV cars are becoming more popular, and we have people come in and shop downtown. They can hook up and charge their vehicles, and I think that's just another asset to have for our city, for people who have EVs and visiting from out of town and anything else.
Yeah, and that's I think pretty much promoted statewide. I think I need a little more sleep, Mayor. I certainly need to write better so I can distinguish between charging and changing. But I think that's promoted pretty much statewide, so people know where these charging stations are. And there are a couple in Madison, Mayodan, and there's one over in Reedsville. And now this will be our first, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm sure the technology on the EV vehicles have locators for where the chargers are, so they can go right to one when they are beginning to need one.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, good meeting there. And let's back up to a week ago, Friday and Saturday for RiverFest, and it looks like a record turnout.
Man, that was quite the event.
Yeah.
We talked about it at the end of the meeting, and Cindy had she's got a 3-page list of thank yous, and that's exactly how it turns out to be, as nice as it is. On top of that, and being blessed with great weather, all the volunteers and the vendors and the people who came to visit, it just was. It was the 20th anniversary, and I would have to say it's getting the most positive publicity that I've seen. So, it was a great event and had a large turnout. They'll get the numbers, what you say, next week with the AI thing that estimates the crowd. So, yeah, it's going to be, that was a good one. She got recognition from the former state director of festivals and had visited the festival and was just really highly complimentary of the job that our city did putting that one on. And he recommends us submitting it for awards at their award ceremony.
Oh, great. Yeah. Well, I talked to a lot of vendors, and I'm sure you did too, and I just got a lot of positive feedback. We had a lot of local businesses represented, and then, of course, fire stations and civic organizations, and a lot of people came, vendors from out of town, but yeah, it was well attended and looked good. Cindy did a great job, and I did say from on stage a couple of times, you come through here tomorrow morning, like Sunday morning, you'd never know this happened, and I did that Sunday morning on the way to Biscuitville, and it was absolutely spotless. You'd never know that.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
I was amazed by that, and it wasn't just a fluke this year. That's what they do each time.
Yeah.
And the bands play until 10 o'clock, so, I mean, it's just not much time to get it done, but they work through the night, and you would never know it was there. So.
Yeah. So thanks to street crews and public works and everybody involved in that. What a team that is. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, speaking of teams, we have a new team member heading up the Eden Police Department. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we have, after 28 years of service to the city, the Chief Clint Simpson is retiring at the end of the month, which is a week from now. And he's also served as the assistant city manager, and he's retiring with his service years. And the deputy chief is Paul Moore, and he has been promoted to chief. So we'll have a lot of continuity for, Paul's basically been training under Clint for the last couple of years. And, the guys and girls on the department know him well, and things should continue to be smooth for our police department for the foreseeable future. And they, just congratulations to Clint on his retirement and to Paul on his promotion.
Yeah, wishing both of them the best, and that's always good when we can have someone within any department in city government or county government just kind of go right up and assume that position, not someone that comes from out of the area.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are obviously times where you have to go outside to find people that are qualified, but we started back 4 or 5 years ago really looking at succession planning in each of the departments and trying to find qualified people that will be able to fill the roles of anybody who retires. So this was one that he'd been working as the deputy chief, and just made sense to the hiring committee that he was qualified and ready to do it, and we're excited that he's willing to take on that additional responsibility.
Yeah. Eden native, Moorhead High School graduate, RCC, and just local roots, family man, children, grandchild, and just right here in our community.
Military?
Yeah.
Military
6.5 years, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 82nd Airborne. He was
right up
he's
there.
Done a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, looking forward to working with Paul Moore, and as I had an opportunity to tell our chief who's retiring, I don't take it lightly. I appreciate the good media relationship we have with the Eden Police Department. That means a lot. So thank you for that too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else we need to mention?
I think we've about covered it all.
Okay.
Just like you said, our meeting was pretty brief, and we handled a few items of business, and then spent a lot of time with the proclamations and the recognition for the good work for the RiverFest. And it was well deserved. I mean, that was quite an event that was put on.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess Cindy is getting ready for upcoming events, and I know she mentioned RiverFest. That's always so nice there at Grogan Park coming up in December, and then all kinds of other things around our county, too, and some things right here in Eden, too, in the fall and winter. So, Mayor, always good to talk to you. Thanks a lot.
And thank you, Mike. Thanks for having me.
Talk to you next month. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
That's our mayor in Eden, Neville Hall. We get together the fourth Friday of the month and for our podcast. And I remind you to support our local businesses, Shop Eden, shop local, and you can go to the city's website, edennc.us, explore edennc.com. That's Cindy Adams, marketing director, and you can find out what's coming up in our city. Speaking of shopping locally and sponsors, wanted to mention those on this broadcast. I was at Ingrid's Cupcakes and Confections yesterday. Ingrid was working on a couple of cakes, vanilla and chocolate, I believe, and those cake pops and cookies and banana pudding and all of the different flavors of cupcakes and fall things like pumpkin spice and apple pie and black forest. Oh, that's one of Annette's favorite, strawberry. So you got all those cupcakes, all kinds of good things when you're planning a special occasion. And with the holidays coming up, remember, nobody does it better than Ingrid's Cupcakes and Confections on Kings Highway. And then we have Uptown Pharmacy at Washington and Hamilton Streets in Eden, and they're just a stone's throw from the RiverFest stage, just right there on the corner. And Corinne Brooks is there, and her team, with whatever you need when it comes to full-service pharmacy, the convenient drive-through in the back of the building, and she's right there for you when you need them. And here's the phone number, 336-612-3434. 612-3434 for Uptown Pharmacy. And then we have out on Kings Highway, Carter's Auto Repair and Exhaust. Quality work, affordable prices. Charles Carter, with over 35 years of experience. He has all qualified mechanics working with him. They specialize in exhaust, custom and stock exhaust, open from 8:30 to 5, Monday through Friday. That's Carter's Auto Repair and Exhaust on Kings Highway. Again, I remind you to check out ExploreEdenNC.com to find out what's happening all around the city.